Greetings, Islam, Shalom, Assalamu Alaikum, Namaste, and all the many chantings of peace throughout all the human family. I am Brother MONKEYZ, and this is my channel, New Titan 888. Today, let's talk about crypto's hidden beast of data, of refined data, known as VXV or vector space. I'll let a few people fill the room. Give me just a moment. Let's get into it. When I was fresh out of high school, and this has everything to do with the cryptocurrency or digital asset known as VXV. When I was fresh out of high school, I used to work at this ranch here called Conley Ranch. It was between a place called Livermore and Tracy, California. And I remember one day I was there with Mr. Conley, and we were feeding this particular day. And we didn't feed a horseback like I did at ranches that I worked on at a later time. But this particular ranch, we would ride around in the pickup truck, and he would have hay bales on the back, and we would throw the hay bales off the back. And this one particular area that we came to one day, I asked him why there was a mound, a tubular mound stretched across the land, and there were small strips of metal everywhere. And I asked him what they were, and he said what they were for. And he said, my family and I have donated 30,000 acres or so to the preservation of a kit farm. And I asked him what a kit was. He talked about a kit fox is what it was. He said, my family has donated 30,000 acres or so to the preservation of a kit fox. And we continue to feed, and I picked up one of the metal strips, and he said, that's zinc. And he was like, what he saw, this tube that you see on the ground runs out of what is called the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory. It's a sonic canyon. He said, but these other strips of metal, they just threw it over here because they use zinc when they're building ships or other things they have to build underwater. Because when they put strips there, ever so feet, those things that normally would rust will not rust underwater if zinc is attached to it. And I was really fascinated with that. Conley Ranch was, like I said, located, or something that ran through it was a sonic cannon that ran from something called the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory. And we come over here to this vector space. Vector space is a cryptocurrency or digital asset that I've been buying since it was fractions of a penny. But now it is about $2.19 as you see on the screen, and it's up for the day because the market is up. But this is an amazing digital asset, and I'm going to explain to you why. This is the website for it. This is to do with refined data. And they are specifically working with governmental entities. Here is one. Let's see who they're working with. It is very hidden. It says S&P Global, Microsoft, Elastic, and CERN. It says our mission, the next big breakthrough in AI will be around language. Harvard Business Review. While data might be the new oil, forgive me for this. Give me just a moment. It says, while data might be the new oil, the data sets is the refined gasoline that powers every machine learning and AI operation. It says, we focus on context controls, NLP, NLU, natural language processing, understanding, and feature engineering for hidden relationship detection and data related to space biosciences. Our platform powers advanced approaches in artificial intelligence and machine learning. What this crypto does is refines data from laboratories around the world, from medical facilities, so on and so forth. When we're talking about, what's her name? Kathy Wood. This is what she's always talking about. Data, refined data or data sets, as you probably heard me mention on one of the previous videos when I'm doing a decode of The Simpsons, because this is very powerful. We're going to come over here. This is one of the places that they're working with. Let's scroll down here. It says, at our system's core, as you see, in near real time here, you'll notice we're processing information such as peer-reviewed scientific literature as it's published by the the minute, it says, by the minute from the National Library of Medicine, along with other news and information sources. We then process this data by modeling it with a combination of ensembles of language models, including OpenAI's GPT-3 2020, Google's BERT 2018, Word to VEC, so on and so forth. It says, and other based on vector space methods developed by Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory. The reason why I told the story about the Livermore National Laboratory when I worked on that ranch that sonic cannon ran through from the National Laboratory, because the Berkeley National Laboratory in California is the sister laboratory of it. And anyone who lives in that area of Tracy, California, or anywhere in that vicinity of what they call going towards the Bay Area through the Altamont Pass understands exactly what this lab is. I stood outside that lab or sat in my vehicle outside the lab a many a day waiting for people that I know that work there. The security is extremely high. You're not just getting on that lab there because it requires advanced security, even just to visit. And the Berkeley lab is just the same. It's the sister laboratory of it. For whoever this is that built this to even have to be able to sit down and do business with the National Laboratory, they had to have brought something of a high value and security to the table. Let's go further than that. It talks about data provenance, lineage, and governance. Data lineage and provenance is important. Our data provenance pipeline, or DPP, hash controls data lineage. Knowing where your data comes from and knowing how reliable it is extremely important, especially in the areas of bioscience and financial institutions that rely on robust data to make billion-dollar decisions every day. If they wrote that, that's what they meant. We're talking about the national laboratories. National laboratories of Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, I repeat again, or the Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory. Let's go over here to show you Lawrence Livermore. This is Berkeley. This is the Berkeley National Laboratory. I've been here before. Many times. I've been outside of it. If you know people in the area, like I said, if you live in a place called so-called Tracy, California, or travel back and forth to the Bay Area, you know of these labs because many people may work there after they reach a certain level of clearance. So this is the things that they're working on. They're working on, it says, what if we could give viruses a 1-2 punch? It said, this is the data. So when they're working on these type of things, vector space is used to refine the data that goes out to all of the sources that it needs to reach out to. Let's go further here. This is Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory. Nuclear forensics. This is just some of the stuff that they're working on. They work on some amazing things there. As I said before, you see this military person here because it is heavily guarded. So this cryptocurrency or digital asset is not just any digital asset. It's a beast, a powerhouse of a beast. It's something that is connected to so many things that you can't even imagine. I'm going to go over here to the National Institute of Health. This is when I push this button over here. Let's go back to the website. When we go over here, we push one of these buttons here. Let's push the public med section. So all of this data, let's read this. Chemicals, data software, DNA and RNA, genes, genetics and medicines, genomes. We hear Kathy Woods talk about this all the time because this is the type of technology that's going to be used. So that means that this person, for him to even be working with the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, they have a governmental contract for the government of corporations. This is a powerful digital asset. I can say that based off the fact that I've held it when it was fractions of a penny. So I've already made plenty of finance off of that. That's not me bragging. That's me telling you that I know that this is something that is real and it's there for the long haul. So visit these websites and look for yourself and read through here. You can go back over here again and click this one. U.S. National Library of Medicine. see what's all of this is working with this in order to refine the data. Look at this, to do with the pandemic, air quality, diet, and health. We go further. Look at all of this. This is not a low-budget website. This is strictly to do with the government or corporations, and lots of money goes through this. That's why it told you billions of dollars being processed of financial data all day long. This is huge. We'll go even further than that. Let's go back over here again. I'm going to click this one right here. Exploring the secrets of life. This is genome technology. And so this crypto or digital asset is going to be used to refine that data. Data, like it said, data is the new oil. This is the refined data. Look at all of these buildings. Lots of finance flows through this place. These places, I should say. I know someone right now that works at the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory. I'm not going to mention them. They might be a little upset with me if I would mention who they are. But they've worked there for well over 20 years. And I used to wait outside that building all the time waiting to pick that person up. It is just where I couldn't even get inside because it is just that serious. If I was to visit for a day with that person, I have to get a special clearance. This is a digital asset worth, I feel. This is not financial advice, but I'm telling you from my experience and from what I've already gained from it, worth investing in because it's certainly a powerhouse hidden beast. I mentioned this the other day on my Twitter account. If you please follow me on Twitter so that everyone can get the notifications as well. But I wanted to run this by everyone so that they can have the opportunity of prospering as I have and prospering even further. Let's see what we have here. It says, great to see you, brother. I thank you for coming out. It says, it's been time for some knowledge. Yes, definitely. I appreciate that. I hope that I'm bringing you some knowledge. Like I said, I've been actually privileged that I did get to work on this ranch, which got me to understand certain things about the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory. And again, this Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory is the brother company of the sister company, which is Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory. So these laboratories are huge in California, and you should check them out. That way you can see for yourself the powerhouse that is known as VXV. It's certainly something that I will further invest in. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get more today. 2 in 1 day. Yes, definitely. I'm trying to, I know that I had a lot of time down being out in my vineyard and doing other things in the orchard. And so I want to make sure that I make up for that lost time with you all because you guys don't have to come and listen to me speak or even like and subscribe to my videos, but you have. And I want to make sure that you have something of value as much as I possibly can give you, definitely. But this is something certainly worth checking out. Like I said, I've been involved in investing in this for quite some time now. I have profited heavily from this, and I want you all to do the same. A lot of times, I often invest in things based off of my personal knowledge to it in my travels, because for some reason ranch life has a connection to a lot of things, especially to do with nature. And you know, a lot of times governmental agencies do a lot of business out in remote places, so you get to see a lot of little things like that or come across things like this. And like I said, when I worked on the Conley Ranch, that's how I came about understanding about the National Laboratory further. And then later on, I was involved with someone who worked there since they were in high school themselves under, I believe, an internship, like as an intern. I think you should read it further and check it out. I'm going to end this video, but I did want you all to be able to understand about this and to do your own research on it. It's certainly worth it. Thank you for coming out again today for the second time, and do all have a pleasant day. Peace to you all, and thank you for putting up my Twitter account address there. Please follow me on Twitter so that you don't miss out on notifications, because I see that lots and lots of people are telling me that they're not being notified. Thank you again, and peace to all of the human family. I'm Brother MONKEYZ.